2017 wasn't really supposed to be, at least for me, snare collecting year. After I don't know how many snare drums last year, I still haven't actually counted the final tally, but after all of that, I kind of wanted to pay off some of my credit card and at least have some, well, just pay off my credit card really. You may have seen fairly recently the Tama Star Reserve 2 drum, which I did a video on in the last sort of week or so, and that particular drum was in itself actually a little bit of a surprise because I didn't realise it had been released, and it was only idly sitting around one day when I happened to come across that being advertised, and I decided after the first Star Reserve drum that I kind of liked that a lot, and I liked all the specs of the second one, that I kind of thought, oh, okay, fair enough, I'll just put it on my credit card and deal with it later. I thought that Tama would be releasing these Star Reserve drums with at least some sort of reasonable space between them. Maybe 6 months. I don't think 6 months is particularly unreasonable if you're releasing very limited edition and limited production number drums. I was talking to a buddy of mine just last week, and we were talking about these reserve drums, and he happened to tell me that the third drum had been released, much to my surprise, because that had only gone up on the Tama website probably either that day or the day before, because I'd only checked it a couple of days before that when I did the video for the Reserve 2 drum. Anyway, so I had a look round. I found it for sale in the UK. It was a little bit more expensive than the other two drums, which was, well, you know, 50, 60 quid. If you're going to pay a whole bunch of money anyway, 50, 60 quid isn't really that much more. But I hadn't planned on spending a whole lot of money on my credit card this year. I've already screwed that up immensely. But I did go ahead and purchase the Reserve 3 drum, which is here. There you go. And you know, in terms of this particular drum, you know, it's I suppose actually it's the specs and the physical appearance. So this particular drum, and I'm gonna have to read this because I just can't remember the specs, but this particular drum is a 14 by 6.5 walnut Bubinga shell with an outer ply of Claro, I think it's Claro, walnut. And it's got a maple reinforcement ring as well. So in terms of specs, again, I don't have anything like that. And that kind of was quite appealing. And then to actually, you know, I don't think I probably won't be able to convey just how pretty this wood is, the outer ply. I don't think I'm going to be able to actually show you just how pretty it is. It's a lovely piece of wood. It's a lovely looking drum. The hardware very similar to the others, so I won't sort of go into detail about that. But in terms of the drum itself, I've got it. I think the resonance side is fairly tight, and at the moment, because I've actually been jamming out some tunes today, and I needed the drum to be sort of fairly open and ringy, so that's kind of where it's still sat at the moment. I've not played around with it too much in terms of tightening it up too much, but then again, you know, if you start to over tighten the batter head, then every drum's just going to sound like every other drum anyway. So at the moment, as I said, it's kind of open, it's kind of ringy, and I have to say, to be honest, I'm kind of digging that sound. And I think that's kind of where it's going to stay, at least for now. I'm hoping that Tama won't come up with a Reserve 4 drum anytime soon. Tama, please don't, because at this point I'm kind of committed, and you know, I'm not going to give up on the Craviottos, but these are kind of nice too, and I really do need to start paying off some of my credit cards. So please, Tama, if you do happen to see this by some tiny miracle, please don't bring out any more just yet. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy the sound file and the spin round.